And I should be live now. Once again, apologize for the delay, ladies and gentlemen, but YouTube. I don't know what else I can say about this platform, honestly and truly. Seems like every week there's some problem with YouTube. Oh well. But anywho, not exactly what I was planning for the inaugural live stream of OAW Entertainment, but you work with what you got. Do the best you can with what you have, and you just keep it moving, keep it pushing, keep it rolling. So that's what we're gonna do. So real quick, before I really get into this week's live stream, I'm gonna have to ask you all to bear with me for a bit, because the commander in chief is dealing with a couple of health issues. I am only 2 days removed from a neck injury. Long story short, doctor said it was just muscle spasms, but essentially, like, the entire back column of my neck had locked up on me. I've only been able to actually turn my head since yesterday. So I'm still nursing that. And then lo and behold, wake up this morning and scratchy throat. So I know I got some type of infection going on. So if my voice sounds different or anything like that, that is the reason why. But that's why I decided that, instead of Gentleman Jim, who was raised right and whatnot, instead of getting down on him, we're gonna get down on gonna get down on some water. We're gonna get down on some meds, and we're gonna get down on this Alka-Seltzer Plus right here. So that's how we rolling this evening, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing tonight? What's going on? What is going on? I think I'm gonna start this real quick by getting down on some of this ibuprofen they got for me. Appreciate that. What? How do you even put Katakuri fan. Appreciate that, fam. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Man. Yeah, man. What can I say? White man trying to hold me back. What can I say? So, real quick, before we get started, a couple of things. So, number one, I see that we got 20 people now watching the live stream, but we only got 6 likes. We need to get them likes up, ladies and gentlemen. We need to get them likes up. If you like this this content, if you like my channel, if you like the work I'm doing for y'all, need y'all to show it. Get them likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Get them likes up. Ferguson the Great. Damn, yeah, I know, right, bro? I know. Got me heavily medicated up in here. Woo! Hydrate, ladies and gentlemen. Hydrate. Let's see. Deshaun, the Eminem Show on Your TV. Favorite song from the album, Till I Collapse. Woo! All right. Got that medicine up in me. All up in me. Right on. All right. So, plan for tonight's show is I'm going to finish up the Q&A that essentially I've been doing for the last 2 weeks. I know there were a couple. I know specifically there were 2 questions specifically that I know for a fact I didn't get a chance to answer in last week's live stream, just because I asked the viewers who suggested the questions. Looked like there were some pretty good topics that I wanted to actually try my hand at. So I asked them to kind of elaborate on it, kind of go into a little bit more detail about the topic that they wanted me to discuss. And I wasn't able to get to their responses in time before we wrapped up the show last week. So So still, we're going to go ahead. We're going to do another Q&A tonight, answering questions as they pop up. And once again, super chats are open, or at least they should be open. They should be open, and of course, super chats get priority. Also, I finally did get the PayPal set up for the OAW YouTube channel. The PayPal link is in the description box, so feel free if you would like to donate to the channel, if you'd like to support the channel, please feel free. The PayPal link is in the description box below. So with that being said, oh, and also to any of my homeboys from YouTube, if any of you guys are online, just shoot me a message on Facebook. I'll go ahead and shoot you guys the link, get y'all into the live stream. So let's get this thing on and popping. Alrighty then. Let us see. So you just named it OAW Entertainment to replace Otaku Assemble? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. That was the plan. That was the plan. Ooh, that Alka Salsa, bro. Ooh, all right. Appreciate that, fan. Appreciate that. Try and get better up in this piece. All right, let's see. Hey man, I know you aren't a reaction channel. SOS Performance. I don't even know what that is. Damish's SOS Performance. I don't even know what that is. Slow mode. This is going to be awkward. I feel you, Morgan the God. I'm trying slow mode out tonight just because I want people to be able to get their questions in. You know what I'm saying? That way they won't all pile up on each other and I end up losing track of people's questions. All right, let's see. Who is your favorite basketball team? Boston Celtics, baby. Mm. Let's see. Batrock 51. Are your top 10 anime still the same? No, they are not. I don't know. I don't think they are, but that would make for a pretty interesting topic for a future video. I tell you what, I actually have a video addressing that very issue. I shot it yesterday, and it will be, or it should be up. Granted, God forbid any, setbacks. If they don't occur, then that video will be up next Friday. All right, let's see. Have you watched Travis Tippins? Have you watched any of Super Sentai? I've seen some of it. More of the older series though. I've seen the Super Sentai series I've seen, and I'll be honest with you, I can't even name them by their original Super Sentai title, but the one that, let's see, which one is, I've seen the series that Mighty Morphin is based off of. I believe I've seen the series that not Samurai, Ninja Storm, the one that Ninja Storm is based off of. And no, I think I did see Samurai. I think that was the last one I saw, was the one that Power Ranger Samurai is based off of. I think that's the last one I saw. I think that is. It's been a long time though. Haven't really watched Super Sentai since college. Will Uber Hikari ever return to YouTube? Hey, when I know, you'll know. All right, let's see. Speaking of Eminem, have you heard anything off of the Kamikaze album? I've heard of I've listened to the Kamikaze album. Yeah, it's okay. Not my favorite, but it's definitely something different. Yeah. In your opinion, who are the 5 best written shonen protagonists? Oh God. Hmm. Top 5 best written shonen protagonists. I'd have to stop and think about that, to be honest with you. I would probably say Kenshin's in the top 5. Um, top five. Hmm. I'd have to think on that. Well, you know what? If yeah, technically speaking, Death Note is considered a shonen. I would put like Yagami in there as well. But those are the only two I could think of off the top of my head that I would place definitely in the top five of best written. The other three, though, I'd really have to think about. What was scary horror movie you've seen? The scariest horror movie I've ever seen? Scariest movie I've ever seen to this day was the original Exorcist. I saw that when I was a little kid. Scared the hell out of me. All right, let's see. Moving down the list, thoughts on Black Lightning season two? It was pretty weird, but still had good moments. I have yet to watch Black Lightning season two. It's on my to-do list. Thoughts on the Joker trailer? See, I knew somebody was gonna bring this up. I knew somebody was gonna bring up. I knew somebody was gonna bring up. Was gonna bring up the Joker trailer. I tell you what. Let's have some fun, ladies and gentlemen, shall we? Let Let's do a live reaction of the Joker trailer. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and let's do a live reaction of the Joker trailer. I'm about to do that right now. All right, let's see. So, for those of you all who want to join in with me, feel free. I am going to watch the one on Warner Brothers Pictures. The what is that? Yeah, it's about 2 minutes and 24 seconds. So I'm gonna link y'all the one that I'm watching. This is the one I'm watching. So feel free. And we about to get this thing going. Let's see where this takes us. All right. Live reaction response to the Joker teaser trailer. Man, you know you only get this with OAW Entertainment, baby. You know how we do. Okay. Hmm. That was interesting. That was quite interesting. Hmm. Well, hmm. Okay. Give me a sec, y'all. I'm just just huh, okay. Well, definitely something different. Julio, my man. Yeah, all it takes is one bad day. You know what they say? Yeah, that is about right. That's about right. All right. Well, okay. Well, it definitely looks interesting. Definitely looks different. I would probably say that for all of Warner Brothers claims about their movies being gritty and realistic, this seems to be the most realistic of them all. I always thought it was funny how DC would say that they wanted their movies to be gritty and realistic, but in actuality, when you look at them, you're dealing with okay. All right, I think the stream's back on now. But I always found it funny how Warner Brothers claimed that they wanted their movies to be like gritty and realistic. But if you actually look at those movies, they weren't realistic at all. They were very what's the term I'm looking for? They were melodramatic, and they were a hyper fantasy. um like they with the if you look at the Schneider films from the DCEU, it's like, oh well, those films are supposed to be written in a way to where like this could happen in real life, but it couldn't at all. None of that could happen in real life. The people that is a very hyper stylistic, that's the term I was looking for. That is a very hyper stylistic world that doesn't resemble anything like the real world. This, on the other hand, actually looks like it could take place in our world. So looks like they finally got one right for a change, so kudos to them. Took them long enough, I tell you that. Definitely took them long enough. All right, so let's get back to some of these questions. Hi, Larry. You gonna watch Shazam? No, I am not. No, I am not. I am not a fan of Captain Marvel. I've never been a fan of his, so I had no interest in the Shazam movie. Do. While back, you were doing a few reviews on Hunter x Hunter. Did you drop that or push on past episode 6? I finished Hunter x Hunter. So real quick, for anybody who may have missed this announcement, I don't even know if I ever like told people on camera. But so what happened was I stopped doing the episode by episode Hunter x Hunter reviews because at the time I was watching it on Toonami, and after episode 6, I started watching it online. So like I passed up where Toonami was. Like, I mean, dude, essentially by the time I was supposed to do like the episode 7 review, I was already like at episode 12 or 13. Like I had just got so far ahead, and I just started watching it at my leisure online. So I never went back to doing it episode by episode. But I am planning to do a full blown Hunter x Hunter review, a traditional review. I gave my thoughts on the series overall in the live stream I did 2 weeks ago, but I'm actually going to do a formal review possibly later on this month. It's on my to do list for videos this month. Okay, did you ever give Berserk a chance? Dude, so funny enough, first and foremost, I'm gonna go ahead and give a shout out to Toonami Aftermath. So funny enough, because I'm a big fan of their channel. I actually have them on my Roku TVs. I love watch it every day. Love Toonami Aftermath. Been watching them shit going on. Oh man, it's been 9 years I've been following Toonami Aftermath. But funny enough, they started airing Berserk like late at night, like at what, like 2:30 in the morning a few months ago. So I actually ended up watching, not even on purpose. I'm just lying in bed and it just came on, and I'm like, oh well, this is something I can go to sleep on. So I've seen a few episodes. Still don't care for it. But I also don't think I've seen the worst episodes, because I've heard even with some people that I was like, yeah, I finally did get around to seeing a couple of episodes. I told them what was going on in the episodes. They're like, yeah, no, dude, that's not the worst of it. So I guess I lucked out in that regards. But I mean, at least I can say I actually have watched a couple of episodes. But I mean, yeah, it's okay. If that's your bag, I mean, I see why people like it. But I'm just not interested in it to finish watching it. To be honest, I had that series spoiled for me so long ago. I mean, I was already turned off to the series as is, but I mean, who knows? I mean, had I come across that series 9 years ago, maybe I could have gotten into it, but the world will never know. Ooh, this is a good one. Favorite team of Power Rangers? Well, in terms of characters, I would probably say my favorite team of Power Rangers is the second Mighty Morphin team, the one with Alicia, Rocky, Adam, like that team. But if you're asking about my favorite Power Ranger series, that's SPD. I loved SPD. SPD was my jam. Ooh, hang on a second. Here we go. This look like a good one. How do you feel about current America comics today with the political controversy like with Comicsgate? All right, I tell you what. I tell you what. Peterson Powers, give me a follow up to that one, because you done messed around and stumbled on what could be a potential discussion of the week. I'll comment on that, but give me a little bit more information about what you mean by that with the whole comics gate bit. But I'm interested in addressing that. All right, let's see. Manuel Mosley, Kenshin Yusuke, Gintoki, Gong, Pick'em from the big three. Yeah, see, that's the thing though, man. I don't. The question was, who do I consider to be the top five best written shonen protagonists? When you say best, I mean, do you mean my favorite or do you mean best? Because when you start saying best, that's a qualifiable statement. That's a quantitative statement. So if I'm going to be looking at this with objectively speaking, like I said, the only two I can actually make a legitimate, strong objective argument in favor of would be Kenshin and Light Yagami. Those two I can actually go toe to toe in a debate about. Outside of those two, though, I'd really have to stop and think about that. He's still one of the best reviewers. Anime community is less without him. Is that in regards to me or the cat that you guys mentioned earlier? Okay, I see that that whole performance piece. Okay, apparently that was some type of musical performance. I might have to check that out. All right, let's see. Mr. Anime Tales, can you give us a brief synopsis of your current writing project? No, I cannot. No, I cannot. You think they could ever make a Shonen Jump thematic universe? In Japan, not in the States. In Japan, you could. I mean, They do crossovers in the manga all the time, so I don't see why you couldn't. Another quick shout out. I'll do a shout out to Geek Evolution. Captain Logan over at Geek Evolution has one of the favorite lines I've ever heard in terms of like writing and whatnot. He says you can make anything work, you just got to make it work. Didn't want to watch that at night, lol. I would put Edward Elric Yusuke in the top 5 best. Edward, that's a good that's a good one. Yeah, Edward, I could see that. I could see a debate being made in Edward's favor. He definitely be on the top 10. So yeah, I could see an argument about that for the top 5, definitely. All right, let's see. Is let's see, Joker is Oscar baiting? I don't think so, actually. If it was, it's a long shot. Judgment of the Rain. What's your opinion on online dating sites? Have you ever had any luck with them? Are they worth it? Okay, what's my opinion on online dating sites? They're not for men; they're for women. That's just the honest answer. They're for women. They are designed for women. They cater and placate to women, and the majority of their clientele base are women. So, dudes got no business on online dating sites. That's not for you. Um, have you ever had any luck with them? I have had luck with them in the past. I'll be honest with you. I have. Let's see. I've used technically, I've used 4. Yeah, technically, I've used 4. Oh no, I take that back. I've used 5. I've used 5. Three of the 5 with success. Um, and your mileage may vary. Success. What is success? What qualifies as success? I've met women from said sites. I've gone on dates with women from said sites. I mean, sure, fine, but okay. And are they worth it? No, they aren't. I'm telling you that right now. They're not. They really aren't. They're actually a waste of time. Your efforts in terms of dating are much better spent doing it the old-fashioned way, going out and meeting people in public. Online dating is it provides too much of a buffer. And here's the thing. Real quick. All right. I know I probably shouldn't be spending this much time on this question, but I'm gonna spend some time. Let me go ahead and school y'all cats about a little something something. All right. So here's the thing with online dating. All right. So number one, online dating is a buffer for men, and technically it's a buffer for women. But for the sake of this discussion, we're just going to talk about the fellas. So it's a buffer for men. Why? Because online dating it provides a buffer between you and that potential woman that could reject you. Right? It's a buffer against rejection. Well, here's the thing with that, dude. Like I said, online dating, those sites are made for women. The clientele is women. They're made to cater to women. They're made to placate to women. They're made that is a woman's stomping ground. All right. Those sites are set up on the whole concept of online dating is meant for women to be the primary sexual selector. When you engage with a woman on an online dating site, you are putting all of that authority into her hands. Essentially, you're telling her, hey, if you like me, you can message me back. If you're not, don't. Right. Well, here's the thing about that, dude. um I have found that you stand the chance of getting better results if you actually approach these women in public. The reason for that is because when you approach a woman in public, by sheer virtue of doing that, you're going to provoke a response from her. Even if she has to tell you off, at least you get an immediate, definite response right there. You're not waiting around to see if this woman will message you back. You're not wondering if she checked out your profile. You don't have to pay for all those special features that they try to hit you up with on these sites, because none of that matters if you go ahead and do it in person. Just go ahead, do it in person, get it over with. If she rejects you, Fine. As my man Jay-Z says, on to the next one. All right. But at least you get an answer and at least you get a response. Because here's the thing. Most women, they are not ballsy enough to just straight out blatantly ignore you in public. Most of them aren't. And number two, even if she is going to tell you off, depending on where you are, especially if you're in a sexual zone, like a nightclub or something like that, here's the thing. All eyes are on her. If she has absolutely positively no interest in you, right? She knows well enough that the men that she is trying to attract, they're around, they're in earshot, they are seeing what is happening, they are hearing what is happening. So even if she's going to blow you off, chances are she won't be a complete and utter biatch when she does it. Why? Because if she comes across as rude or if she comes across as ugly, that could potentially ward off any potential suitor that might be in earshot of her response. And she knows that and she's cognizant of that. So that's why I said, dude, like, just do it in public. Just do it in public, get it over with. You know, it's like ripping off the Band-Aid off a cut. Just fucking, you don't peel it back slowly. Just rip the sucker off and move on. Mm. Or at least that's my advice. Damn, you nursing that Alka-Seltzer. I actually haven't finished it. And I messed up because you're supposed to finish it in 10 to 15 minutes of starting. Actually, we're going to kill this real quick. To the head like a Viking. All right. Think Joaquin is going to knock it out of the park. Yeah, dude. Like I said, Joaquin Phoenix is a perfect he's a perfect choice to play Joker. It's just a matter of the material he's given. It's weird seeing OAW without his dreads. LOL, man, them dreads been gone a long time. Them dreads been gone for years now. By the way, Larry, you didn't miss much by not seeing Captain Marvel. Yeah. Like I said, it wasn't really too interested in that one. All right, new name, same Larry. Any announcement on future content? All right, so here's the thing about that. And let's get down into this. So I had one of my good viewers and subscribers hit me up on the OAW Facebook page, which if you haven't done so, link is in the description box below. Go ahead, hit up the like the OAW Facebook page. Once again, I share more stuff on the OAW Facebook page than I do on YouTube. So if you want to get my thoughts on like entertainment news, movie news, comic book news, things of that nature, you know, I'm more likely to share my thoughts on Facebook than I am on YouTube, because chances are you won't hear my thoughts on YouTube until I actually make a video about it. But if you want to get like immediate response to certain things, hit up the OAW Facebook page. Once again, link is in the description box below. So here's the thing. Anywho, so the viewer and the subscriber, you know, he hit me up on the OAW Facebook page, and he was like, "Yo, man, you got any announcements, any updates on future content?" And essentially, this is what I told him. I'm like, you know what, dude? I've gotten to the point now where I'm tired of announcing things, because here's the problem with that. I've done that so much before in the past. And the thing I hate most is when I announce something and that product never gets delivered, or that project never gets finished. So I'm at the point now where it's like, dude, until I have it done, I'm not announcing a thing. Now, I can tell you guys some of the stuff I'm currently working on, but in terms of when it will be out or when you can expect it, this, that, and the other, that I'm gonna hold off on that moving forward. Like I said, I mentioned earlier, I did get done shooting a video yesterday. It'll be the first one of the new uploads. It will be out next weekend. The projected date right now is next Friday. That is very likely to happen because I already have the video shot. I just got to do my post-production on it. But other than that, it's like stuff that I got coming down, you know, the pipeline that I haven't shot yet. I'm kind of going to hold off on that for a little bit. Now, I can tell you what my plans are, you know, like I mentioned before. The Hunter x Hunter review, I'm looking to have that done sometime within the next month or so. With before long. Um, I'm gonna be doing some Infinity War material. I'm gonna be doing an Infinity War review. I'm gonna be doing an in-game speculation video. That's on my list to do. But other than that, I'm kind of keeping everything else. I'll kind of keep on the DL until more things come into development. The biggest thing I am working on right now is the OAW Patreon page. I actually created my account. I started working on the page. Right now, I am still working on some of the tiers that I want to implement for the page. But that's what I'm currently working on right now. Mr. Anime Tales, your thoughts on Cardi B drugging and robbing men? She should be locked up. Bring her up on charges. Get a capture card, bro. Hey, man, I feel you. Let's see. Jay the Light Seeker, what's up, man? Oh, snap. Random Black Game in the house. Yep, exactly. It was really good. Favorite AC/DC and Led Zeppelin song. Favorite AC/DC song is Thunderstruck. Favorite Led Zeppelin song is Kashmir. Let's see. Reveal the name. If he had revealed the name at the last live stream, I could see how people would have been underwhelmed. Keep rocking on, Larry. I told you. It's going to be one of two responses. Either people are going to be like, that's it? Or people are going to be like, oh, well, duh. yeah. It wasn't a huge change, man. It wasn't a huge change. Like I said, the brand is still the same. The name just changed. That's all. All right. Each of which are rising. Oh, whoa. Hang on. Let me see what this says. Have you been following the changes within the anime community? It used to just be anime chapter reviews, and now we have characters like Math Wiz. I don't even know who any of those people are. Get the likes up. Yeah, thank you. Yes. We got 55 people watching and only 25 likes. That means less than 50% of people have liked this video. Got to get them likes up. I don't like the fact that they're making the Joker a sympathetic character. I think it's lame. Okay, I could see that. My response to that would be it depends on how they play it. It really does depend on how they write it. I think that a sympathetic villain could be very compelling, but can you pull it off? That's the trick, right? Consider this. Go back. One of the best examples I can give. Go back to the Sam Raimi films, right? Those Sam Raimi Spider-Man films. Nobody was talking about how sympathetic they made Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2. Why? Because he was done so well. But then when you get to Spider-Man 3 and you get to Sandman, just about everybody hated how sympathetic they made him because it didn't work with that character. So it really just depends on how they play it, you know? Let's see. In your opinion, as a fan, what made Eminem a great rapper to you? His wordplay, his puns. He's a great lyricist. And then, of course, his delivery is great. Damn, what could be said about him? The dude is talented. He's talented. You can tell that he's practiced his craft. He's put in his 10,000 hours. But those are the two things I've always said that M was the best at. He's one of the best lyricists to ever done it. One of the best, and his delivery, his cadence, all of that. It's very few can hold a candle to him, if any. Um, see, am I curious about Game of Thrones? Not really. I read up on the news, so I kind of know like what goes on with the productions and stuff like that. I mean, all right, let's see. PR in space set the standard. Okay. Lost Galaxy is my favorite season. Yep, somebody brought up Time Force. Yeah, Lost Galaxy and Time Force were really good. Were you the Red Ranger in SPD? Nah, but that was my boy though. That was my dog. Let's see. I don't know how far behind I am on these comments. I thought the delay would help, but I guess not. Uh, any interest in seeing the Batman versus TMNT animated movie? I might check it out. It doesn't have anything to do with that New 52 continuity that most of the DC animated films have. So because of that, I'll probably check it out. Some older, okay. Some older comic fans not liking Marvel comics focusing on diversity and feminism and political correctness over original characters and stories. I mean, I heard of the whole comics like the so Patterson Powers. The reason why I wanted you to elaborate on the whole comics gate thing is because I've heard um I've heard some whispers and rumors about that whole thing and what that's really supposed to mean, and this, that, and the other. And let's be honest about this: we live in a hypersensitive society. Everybody is offended about everything. We teach people to be offended about everything. So it doesn't surprise me that there's some type of outrage. But here's the other thing too. We already know that we live in an era of fake outrage. You want to talk about fake news? There is such a thing as fake outrage. That's what got James Gunn suspended from Guardians of the Galaxy 3 due to fake outrage. So I would be very interested to know if Comics Gate is really a real thing, because I don't even think that is a real thing. Older fans not liking Marvel Comics, focusing on diversity and feminism in political correctness over original characters and stories. Well, let's be real about this. All of that diversity and whatnot, those are original characters. Now, granted, I'm not going to knock anybody for turning their nose down at feminist media. But the reason why I don't think there's much credence to the whole comics gate thing is because I don't think those older comic fans are even buying that material. I don't think they're reading those books. So that's why I say I think it's fake outrage. I think if there is any type of like conspiracy or backlash or anything like that, it's people trying to manufacture um a controversy when there is no controversy. I don't believe that those old fans of Marvel Comics are actually reading that material. I don't believe that at all. Because guess what? If they didn't like it, they wouldn't buy it. Why would you buy something you don't like? That doesn't make any sense. And I don't know about you guys. I know plenty of people with pull lists. Comics are expensive and they're not spending their hard-earned dollars on series that they're not following. So I actually don't think that's a real thing. I think people want us to believe it's a real thing, but I don't think it actually is. Larry, have you seen any JoJo Bizarre Adventure? I've seen a couple of episodes on Toonami here and there, but so few far and in between. I can't follow up with what's going on. I did read some of the manga years ago, back when I was in high school, but Larry, what do you think of anime and manga becoming super mainstream on social media after being shunned for so many years? Well, I don't know about super mainstream. I don't know if it is super mainstream on social media. I mean, what do you mean by super mainstream? But if it's popular on social media, it's because the people who like it are sharing it on social media. But that's always been the case. You just didn't have a social media platform to share it. Oh, he was talking about Uber Hikari. Okay, cool. Um, Uber's fine. Dude, eventually I'm gonna go ahead and get this brother on here because I'm tired of people keep asking me how Uber's doing. I'm like, damn it, just ask him yourself. Send him some emails, send him some fan mail. Larry, did you hear about the Cowboy Bebop live action series that Netflix is doing? Yes, I did. Um, okay, so see this right here. Katakuri fan, you don't follow me on Facebook because if you would have followed me on Facebook, you would have seen the article I shared about that, and you would have heard my thoughts on that. See that's what you get for not following me on Facebook. So you know what? I'm not gonna mention that topic because you don't follow me on Facebook. See, now everybody gotta suffer because you didn't follow me on Facebook. That's what happens. Bruh. Shenanigans. The nerve. The nerve. All right. Acting is just right. Truthfully under. Always thought online dating is for desperate people. No, it's not. No, it's not. Don't believe that. That's a lie. That's a lie. Don't believe that. Ooh, this one's directly at me. By dating sites, I think he means apps such as Tinder, which are for men and women equally. No, they are not. Do not believe that. That is a lie. Earthbender Charlie, that is a lie. If it was for both men and women, then why is it that the demographics who use the app, who frequent it, this is that and the other, dude? There's too much data. Dude, there's a book called Dataclysm. Look that book up because it goes into detail about um the demographics for like dating sites and stuff like that. No, it is not meant for men and women equally. If it were, the data would suggest it, but it doesn't. The data suggests an extreme lopside in female use. So no, it's not meant for men and women equally. This was like a good one. Do you attribute your lack of interest in anime today to a dip in quality in modern anime, meaning 2010 to present, or do you attribute it more to a growth in taste and age, or for another reason? Growth. Well, okay, it is both the last two things you mentioned. So it is a growth in taste and in age. But the other reason also is accessibility. Um, Now, yeah, granted, we do live in a time where pretty much any anime that you want is at your fingertips, at the stroke of a keyboard. But here's the thing: I don't really watch too much stuff on my laptop anymore. I don't really use my computer for streaming as much as I used to in the past. So, like, like I actually see more anime that comes on television now via um either Toonami or I'm going back and watching older series, on Toonami Aftermath or something like that. Um, but yeah, I'm not using my computer for streaming as much, and I don't stream on my phone. I don't stream on my phone. So so yeah, so it's a growth in my taste, but it's also a change in the manner in which I consume my media now. I use different devices than I used to. All right, let's see. Dating sites are for quick sex, not a real relationship, plain and simple. Well, it depends on who you ask. All right. Favorite Rocky or Terminator movie? My favorite Rocky is Rocky 2. My favorite Terminator movie is... Yeah, it is T2. It is T2. I know everybody says T2, but no, honestly and truly, the villain I love the villain in T2. Um, yeah, yeah, he's scary as hell. Yeah, it's T2. Some more. Shot. Oh, Nick is in here. Yo, what's up, Nick? Oh, I know that is not Wayne Chisholm. Cold-blooded dude. Hey, oh snap! One of the OAW originals is in the building. Yo, Wayne, if you want to get in, bruh, hit me up on Facebook, man. Let me shoot you the link, bruh. One of the OAW originals. The originals. People. Yeah, I heard about Nipsey Hussle. Tragic, tragic. Even more tragic how people have decided to try and use his passing to promote some type of narrative that they have, whether it be social, political, or what have you. It's just disgusting. It's like that brother lost his life, and y'all trying to use his death as a vehicle to push your agendas. I'm not cool with that. That's dude. And I wasn't even a fan of Nipsey Hussle. I never even listened to a single thing that man. If I heard any Nipsey Hussle, I didn't know it was him. I wasn't a fan of him. I never followed him, never listened to his music, none of that stuff. But at least I can show respect for a brother that lost his life over some nonsense. But the way, and look, and for the record, I'm not, look, there are some people, I got plenty of Facebook friends who legit showed him some love on social media, real talk. But there were also a lot of people that decided to use his passing as a pulpit, as a soapbox. And I'm like, bruh, this ain't got nothing to do with you. Sit your ass down. That young brother lost his life, and y'all out here acting like some straight shines out here. So cut that out. Cut that nonsense out. Y'all need to respect that brother. Do not tarnish that man's memory. Manga versus anime, which medium do you prefer? Ooh, that's a hard one. Um, Ferguson the Great, I'm gonna say it depends on the series. It really does depend on the series. There is some stuff. There are some series where I just prefer to see that animated. There are others where I love, like for an example, probably one of my favorite manga is Vagabond because the artwork is so good in that series. I don't know if I would particularly care to see that animated, but I love seeing it drawn. So I think it depends on the series. That skeleton waiting meme is a real thing with Larry. Skeleton waiting? I don't know what that means. I'm guessing you'll be doing a Black Panther review as well. That is on my list. Yep. Have you seen Get Out or Us? Do you like them? I saw Get Out. I have not seen Us yet. I'm thinking I'm just gonna wait for Us to come out on Blu-ray. I don't know if I'm gonna go out to see that one. Mainly just because of so this is gonna sound weird, but essentially like where we are now with the movie season, unless Us stays in theaters like until we get into like May, I might be able to go check it out. The thing with Us is because I'm gonna talk on this real quick. So I love Get Out. I was super hyped for that movie. I was super excited for it. What Jordan Peele was doing with that movie, you know, psychological thriller slash horror movie, you know, I was really into the concept. I was really into the conceit of that film. With Us, however, Us really does feel like I'm not saying it's a stereotypical horror movie, but I feel like I know what I'm getting when I look at the commercials, when I look at the trailer. Like I feel like I know what I'm going to get out of that movie. Whereas Get Out, I actually didn't really know what that whole thing was going to be about. So hopefully I'm wrong, but yeah, I wasn't as excited for Us like I was for Get Out. Get Out is on my to-do list too to cover on the channel at some point. Thoughts on the Pet Cemetery trailer? I've seen it. Well, no, actually, I haven't seen the trailer. I just seen the commercials. I mean, it's they're remaking Pet Cemetery. Out of all the horror movies that we've remade, it makes sense to go back to some of the older ones. To say that we haven't remade that one, I mean, it looks fine. It doesn't. It does not look like the It or the Evil Dead remakes. I mean, it doesn't look like those. I mean, those are some serious remakes. But yeah, but I mean, it still looks fine. Do you plan on doing any gaming live streams? You can stream to YouTube directly through the PS4 now. Okay, here's the thing about that. I don't own a PS4. I have an Xbox One. But I Let's Plays, video game streaming, that's on my list as well. Except I'll tell you this though, I'm still working out the kinks with that because I want to make sure I got the right tech for it. I want to make sure I got the right hardware and software. So until I really get that up and running, it'll be a while before you guys see any video game content from me, but it's coming. I did not spend all that damn money on all those video games not to do that. Thoughts on Twitter, Reddit, and Tumblr banning lolly and Shota hentai? Well, why is okay? I could see Twitter. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. I could see Reddit and Tumblr because Tumblr does have age restrictions and Reddit has subreddits. But why would you ever have lolly or Shota hentai on Twitter? That doesn't make no damn sense. I don't understand that. Are you caught up with the Hunter x Hunter manga? I am not. I don't read the Hunter x Hunter manga. Nothing against it, just that I know it's in constant hiatus, so I don't want to put myself through that. Let's see. What are some of your favorite Skillet songs? Hero is my number one. Let's see. Live Free or Let Die. What is the name? Oh man. Y'all bear with me because they running all through my head right now, and I'm trying to remember all the names. But Hero is definitely my favorite one. Wait. Yeah, Monster. What is the other one? Rebirthing. Rebirthing. Yeah, that's another good one. Yeah. Wait. Whisper in the Dark. That's another one. Yeah. Oh yeah, especially that one. Yeah, love that one. Yeah. Okay. All righty. Let's see. What else do we have? Y'all excuse me. Y'all could probably hear the phlegm building up. What do you think about foldable phones such as Samsung Galaxy Fold, Motorola Razr foldable phone? I mean, you talk about foldable smartphones? I'm like, dude, if you want a foldable phone, let's just go back to the flip phones, bro. Awake and Alive, that's another one. I'm at war with the world, 'cause I dawn. I struggle to find my place. Do you think flat character arcs are inherently inferior to characters with a positive slash negative character arc? What is a flat character arc? I don't even know what you mean by that. How can a character arc be flat? An arc, by definition, does this. How can it be flat? If it's flat, that's not an arc. This is an arc. Redman would bar up Eminem. Yeah. Okay. Only rapper I would have put on M's level is DMX. Hey. All right. All right. Eminem isn't top 10. All right. Okay. So you say. See. Bruh, they really made Iceman. Iceman isn't homosexual anymore. He's not. They just wrote that out of continuity again. They just rebooted that. So yeah, not no more. What is the best and crummiest part of writing for you? Um, Best part of writing is when I'm finished. Crummiest part of writing is forcing myself to do it. First thing is a problem with battling characters, right? Never brought a comic. How much do they generally cost? It depends on who you're buying from. I think is Marvel. Who's at 3.9? I think Marvel is still at 3.99, whereas DC's at 2.99. Or at least the last time I heard, those were the prices for the singles. Unless they changed their prices. All right, let's see. I don't read no. You're a writer fan, but you're not politically correct despite being a Black comics fan? I ask because you're a writer and fan, but you're not politically correct despite being a Black comics fan. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. What? Why? Just because I'm a Black comics fan, why do you think by virtue of that I must be politically correct? That's binary thinking on your part. And I would question, why do you assume that if it must, like, why do you think that being politically correct is inherent in being a Black comics fan? I don't understand that. Yo, Larry, what is your personal description of an anime and manga reviewer? The major dudes on YouTube don't actually review, they just recap the events and claim it's reviewing. Well, I mean, by and large, we're talking semantics at that point, because if you really think about it, the textbook definition of review is to recap, right? It's to go back and summarize what it is that you're reviewing, right? I would say that a good reviewer does a balanced portion of recap as well as critique. Now, of course, if you want to work shorthand, you can assume that your viewers have already seen what it is that you're reviewing. Why else would they be watching your review, right? I've taken that stance multiple times. I'm like, why? Why else would you be watching, an episode review that I do unless you've already seen that episode? But then again, consider how many new viewers stumble across your content that might not be familiar with what it is you're talking about, and it's your video that intrigues them to want to check it out. In that respect, you do have to do a little bit of recapping just to get everybody on board with what it is that you're talking about. That way, everyone watching the video is on the same page. So I think a good reviewer does a balanced portion of recap, but then they also make an effort to focus on the critique portion. If you, but I see the point in trying to distinguish between a recapper and a reviewer, because I don't think that that's the same thing. If all you do is just recap what happens, then no, you're not really a reviewer, in my opinion. But then again, like I said, we're talking semantics because we can use terms like reviewer, we can use terms like critic. I've used both of them interchangeably at times. So, but that's just my thoughts on that. Has anyone here seen DBZ Cooler's Revenge? The soundtrack fits the movie. So that, yeah, dude, Cooler's Revenge is my favorite Dragon Ball movie. It's my favorite of the DBZ movies. I love Cooler's Revenge. Both the two Cooler movies are my favorite ones. That mucus is kicking in, ladies and gentlemen. It's disgusting. Seems like everyone all of a sudden is into anime. Huh? Better late than never. Dude, I didn't even know he had a Facebook fan page. I thought he shut it down years ago. No, I did not, and that's your fault. You're out here slipping. Following you on Facebook. I don't know none of your posts. How many Facebook pages do you have? Excellent question, Lucifer Pitch Black. Excellent question. All right. There are two Facebook pages. One is for Otaku Assemble because apparently Facebook won't let me change the name. I had to submit an appeal to get approval to change the name. But one is Otaku Assemble. The other is OAW Comics. The main one is Otaku Assemble. That's the main Facebook page. That's the one. Once again, it is linked in the description box. It is in the description box. Click it. Click it and ticket, suckers. Click it. Clickety, clickety, clack. What current video games are you playing? I don't know if I want to answer that question. The last game I picked up and I started getting into was 2K19. I haven't really played NBA 2K before. Let me rephrase that. I would play it like on pickup games, but I never really put in the effort to learn how to play it, to actually get good at it. So that's what I've been doing recently, is trying to learn the mechanics of 2K19. Larry, could you draw an original character for me in anime style? I could, but I do charge for that. So inbox me, send me a personal message or send me an email, otakuassemble@gmail.com, and we can chat. I could if you want though. Cooler's Revenge, the original music or the rock stuff in the Funimation dub? I like the Funimation dub. I like that rock stuff. That's Deftones. There's some Disturbed in there. There's some well, hang on, no. In that movie, no, because Disturbed is in Lord Slug. In Cooler's Revenge, that's Deftones. That's let me see, Deftones, Drowning Pool, and I think Breaking Benjamin are in that movie. Yeah. You know what? Nah, there might be some Disturbed in that one, but yeah. The rock music, I can't take. Get you a Fire Stick and download an anime site stream right from the TV. Okay. Yeah. I could, because Crunchyroll, they have a Roku channel, so yeah, I could do that. Good point. Touche, sir. But I don't pay for Crunchyroll. That's the thing. So, all right, let's see. Grave of the Fireflies versus Princess. Come on, dude. You know I'm gonna go for Princess Mononoke. Thoughts on X-Men films, favorites and least favorites, and how you would like the X-Men introduced in the cinematic universe. Favorite X-Men film is Days of Future Past. Least favorite is Apocalypse. And how I would incorporate them into the MCU, I'm actually gonna save that for a future video. So stay tuned. But that's a very good suggestion. I like that one. Personal question. How many children would you like to have? I would like to be a father one day, both biological or adopted. Three. I just need three. And an heir, a spare, and a daughter. Just need three. I'm not a glutton. Um, let's see. Black Manga TV. Will you ever grow your locks back? Maybe. If a Blade reboot happens, do you want Snipes back? Yeah, doing the old man Blade. I dig that. Mm. Yeah. I've actually seen some of Vinland Saga. I've seen I've seen um a few pages, a few panels from it. I never read it in full though. Do you like Asian women? Depends on the woman. Would you like to travel overseas one day? If so, where? I got a couple of spots I'm interested in checking out. Japan, of course, is one. My homeboy Cold Blood is just trying to get me over there now. Ireland, Australia, Barcelona, Brazil, Egypt. Egypt's a big one. Um, yeah, so those are the ones at the top of my list right now. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, Oh wow! Looks like the chat jumped, man. What is going on? Okay, okay. All right, let's see. All right, I think I found out where I was. All you need is capture card streaming. Oh snap! Finding Gentleman is in the house. Yo, Jay. If you want to get in, man, hit me up on Facebook. I'll shoot you the link. And I know, well, Cold Blooded was on Facebook and he just hopped off. Sorry, sucker. But yeah, Jay, if you want to get in, man, hit me up on Facebook. I'll shoot you the link. Hmm. What are some of your favorite shonen series? Nicholas Robinson, are you new here? Dude, go check out my anime favorites playlist. Go check out my anime favorites. Actually, I tell you what, I'm gonna link it for you right now. Because I'm pretty sure I made a playlist for anime favorites. Yep, here it is. Oh my god, I was so young in those videos. That should be the link to the playlist. Yeah, it is actually. That's the link to the playlist. Yeah, Nicholas Robinson, check it out. Hit the playlist. Playlist. Let's see. I think they're talking about basic, simplistic character designs like mini Shonen Jump main character. Oh wow. Have you ever tried your hand at night knife and spy riddles? They can be a lot of fun, but also challenging some person. Have no idea what that is. Flat character arc is one where the character doesn't change but influences the characters around him, or her to change for the better or worse. Well, that's not a character arc then. By virtue of a character arc, there must be an opportunity for change. Now, whether or not that character takes that opportunity for change doesn't matter. But the point is, there must be an opportunity for change. If they never are given an opportunity for change, that's not a character arc. Have you ever watched The Expanse? I have not. Hard to make it clear on that. Wait, let me see. Hard to make it clear on that. Will I develop a character? Not always focusing on sexuality. What? I don't really understand that. Okay. Do. Have you watched Team Four Stars DBZ Abridged? Of course, I've watched DBZ Abridged. I haven't seen it since the mini videos before the Cell games. Those were hilarious. Those were hilarious. Are you thinking about picking up Mortal Kombat 11 or Borderlands 3 when it comes out? Probably not. And the reason why I say that is because when I had what was it, Mortal Kombat 8 and Borderlands 2, I didn't even play. Well, no, I take that back. I did play Mortal Kombat 8. But when I got, man, dude, I bought Borderlands 2 and I played that sucker once and then put it away, and I never went back to it. So I'm like, dude, like that, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Have you seen Young Justice? Turbo Ace K, you must be new here. I used to review Young Justice when it first came out, way back when. I ended up dropping the series though. I fell out of favor with it. So I've seen what I watched the first half of season 1. And I've seen a couple of episodes of season 2, but by and large, I wasn't a fan of Young Justice. Too much teenage angst for me. Just too much for me. I remember you said you were casually reading Naruto a few years back. Did you finish it? And if you did, what were your thoughts on the series? I mean, I still think Naruto is a solid series overall. Part 1 is, if we're talking about the manga, part 1 is really good. Part 1's really good. Part 2, which is Shippuden, it has its moments. I do think the Fourth Great Ninja War, there were some parts of it I thought were, conceptually good. There were a few good ideas, and then there were some terrible ideas, truth be told. The way in which it ended, I thought it could have ended much better. I didn't like that whole prophecy bit, reincarnation, all that jazz. I hated all of that. I didn't care for that. Moon Goddess Kaguya being the main villain, that was a shocker. I didn't mind that. That was one of the things I actually thought was a good idea. But yeah, that last great, the Fourth Great Ninja War, because it was so long and because it was so hit and miss, I do think it dampens the story a little bit. I think it does. I think it does. All right, I think I'm coming up on like an hour and a half now. All right, so here's the thing. We got 64 people watching and we only got 45 likes. Now y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. I am sitting up here. Look at this stuff, man. I'm sitting up here taking medication. I'm, sipping on Alka-Seltzer Plus. I'm sucking on, cough drops and stuff like that. I was working all day today. I brought myself onto this live stream to give you people what you wanted. I try for y'all. I try. Tonight made sure I had to do what I had to do, and y'all just, I don't feel the love. I feel like y'all just breaking me off with some disrespect, and I'm like, what did I do to deserve this? I thought we was boys. You know what I'm saying?
I thought we was cool. I thought we was gravy, but you know, apparently y'all not feeling me, and I feel kind of hurt. You know what I'm saying? I feel a wee bit hurt. You know. So you know, I got 65 people watching and only 50. Somebody just took that like away. Real talk. I got one question for y'all. One question. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is that what we're here? Are you not entertained? I gotta ask. I have got to ask. 62 people watch. We got people jumping out the stream now. See, this is what happens, man. This is what happens. You try to give back, and people just start breaking you off some disrespect. Just straight up disrespect. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here? Well, if it ain't, then I don't know why y'all on this live stream. I'm gonna be honest with you. Come on, people, help me out here. Get them likes up. We got to get them likes up, man. We got to get them likes up. Got to get them likes up. All right. So let us see. Moving on. Agree or disagree? Daredevil Netflix series was better written and crafted than a majority of superhero films. It absolutely positively was. Absolutely positively. No doubt in my mind about that. All right. Who do you believe is the best comic book character, and who do you think is the most overrated comic book character? Who do I think is the best comic book character, and who do I think is the most overrated? I'll be honest with you. I mean, that's really hard when you take in consideration the pantheon of comic book characters. If you're talking about superhero main characters, Spider-Man is probably the best. Spider-Man is probably the best in terms of written, you know, in terms of, you know, character arcs, lessons, all that type of jazz. Spider-Man's probably the best. Most overrated, definitely. Oh, wait, actually, I'll tell you what, most overrated, Deadpool. Definitely. I was gonna say Batman, but at least Batman actually does have some really good stories under his belt. Deadpool has nothing. He's famous for no other reason other than just being famous. You know what? It is so funny. Deadpool is the Kim Kardashian of comics. He is famous just for being famous. Oh, Not Afraid just came on. That's my jam right there. Ooh, yeah, I like these. I'm probably not gonna get monetized after this. Let's see. Maybe you could turn growing your dreads back a Patreon incentive. Hey, y'all pay for me to grow my dreads back. I'll start growing that back right now. Larry's anime favorites were great, especially your last Airbender videos. Have your views on God changed? Explain. Goku is considered a flat character. Okay, well, in that regard, I think I know what you mean when you say a flat character. My bad, LOL. I was more wondering if you discovered any new shonen series you like. Well, like I said, Hunter x Hunter would be the most recent one because that was the last one that I actually finished. No Longer Human. What do you think of the live action cast of Cowboy Bebop? No Longer Human. Do you like the OAW Facebook page? Do you?
because I think I shared my thoughts on that Facebook page. And if you haven't liked it, the link, ladies and gentlemen, tell us, man, where he can find the link to the OAW Facebook page. It is in, say it with me now, the description box below. Have you ever checked out Soul Eater? I have. Couldn't finish it. Funny enough, I checked out Soul Eater. I couldn't make it past the second episode when Black Star gets introduced. But then I saw later episodes that I really, really got into. So I don't know. Maybe I just got to skip past the preliminary episodes and get in, neck deep into the conflict. Peer studies. Sorry, Larry. I tend to like videos after I watched them. But if you're watching this live, then you will have already seen the video by the time the live stream ends. So, what is your argument, good sir? All right, let's see. Where are we at now? I'm gonna say we're going to keep the live stream going, probably for a few more minutes. Ugh, flam, man, flam. Ooh, what is this? Larry, do you miss when dubbing companies crafted their own soundtracks for anime? I know new dubs are higher quality and more true to the Jap version, but I feel like they aren't as creative now. I would not be able to make an accurate assessment about that because I think it depends on the production, right? To use an example of this, right? So one of my biggest complaints about Dragon Ball Kai when it first came out was that they were using the original Japanese music as opposed to the music that the English dub would have, that Funimation would have provided. But in hindsight, though, I feel like that original Japanese soundtrack serves itself better to DBZ Kai. So I really think it depends on the production. I think it depends on the series itself. Does the English dub company think that they can improve on the soundtrack? Because if they can, okay, I'll give you an example. Well, no, I mean, actually, I don't think that is. Hang on. I was going to bring up Yu Yu Hakusho, but Yu Yu Hakusho is just translations of the original Japanese music. So, not exactly the same thing. And I know Funimation did that with One Piece too. They just did English translations of the Japanese themes. But yeah, I would say it depends on the production. It depends on which series you're talking about. Okay. My thoughts on My Hero Academia and Black Clover. I've seen episodes of both. My Hero Academia, I mean, it's all right. Black Clover, on the other hand, I mean, from what I saw, that one, it was kind of like, borderline generic, like damn near fairy tale type territory. That's why I never really got into that one. All right. Let's see. Oh, well, same question twice in a row. um, are shonen becoming derivative, and are the big three to blame? Shonen's been derivative, dude. Ever since Dragon Ball, shonen's been derivative. Within literature. Oh, okay. Well, so in regards to how I feel about a flat character, I mean, so long as the character serves a role, they have a purpose, they have a function. Not every character needs a character arc. There are some characters who are just there just to be there. You know what I mean? But so long as they serve a function, you know, if okay, let me rephrase that. There are some characters who are just meant to serve other characters, but so long as they actually serve that role, then there's no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? If they're just there just to be there and they don't do anything, well then they're a useless character and they could be cut out of they could be cut out altogether. So yeah, essentially that's how I feel about flat characters. So long as they serve a purpose, they have a reason for being in they have a reason for being there. Why do people think Batman can beat Black Panther? Because they love that white man. That's why. That's why people think that Batman can beat Black Panther, because y'all love that white man. Y'all love that white man. Also, is Anime of the Month coming back? If so, I would love to hear your thoughts on the original Yu-Gi-Oh series. ZJ Gamer. I already tackled Yu-Gi-Oh, bro. It was one of the last videos I did before my hiatus. But and I think it was an anime favorites, wasn't it? I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was an anime favorites. Let me see. Where is it? Yeah, it is an anime favorites. Um yeah, okay. There you go, my boy. Which Spider-Man do you mean? Peter. I'm talking about Peter. I was going to say Deadpool was the Kanye of comics, but I love the Kim analogy one better. Did you see? I have not seen Alita Battle Angel yet. I do want to see it though, so no spoilers. I don't actively watch Toonami on Cartoon Network. If I happen to, I mean, like I know it's on tonight. If I happen to catch it, I might watch it. No, but earlier I was talking about Toonami Aftermath. Toonami Aftermath. I watch them like every day. I watch them daily. Actually, they should be playing Interstellar 5555 right now. Um, maybe do a review of the Ronin Kitchen live actions. That's a good suggestion. I will take that because I still haven't watched them yet, so um that would be something. Do you still believe One Piece, Bleach, and Naruto were overrated? Overrated? Oh wait, I'm sorry. He didn't say overrated. He said OP. I think he's talking about in terms of oh no, yeah, he did say overrated. Overrated. Um well, hindsight 2020, isn't it? I mean, regardless of whether or not I think those series are overrated, they were popular. They were popular for their time for a reason. Um, but no, dude, I'll be honest with y'all about the big three, dude. There are parts of the big three that are really fucking good. For my One Piece fans, I mean, East Blue, by and large, I love East Blue, but dude, Marine Ford. Oh my God, Marine Ford. For my One Piece fan, I mean, for my Naruto fans, let's be honest. Sasuke retrieval arc, Pain Invasion arc. Oh, come on now. Come on now. And then even with Bleach, dude, Soul Society arc, Ichigo Byakuya, and let's be real, that Iran car arc when Grimjaw was first introduced, bruh. If anything, I would probably say out of the three, Bleach might be the most overrated just because even compared to the other two, it doesn't hold up as well. You feel me? But 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 like I said, I can still see why it was popular for its time. So I don't even know if I could say overrated compared to its contemporaries. Yes, it is overrated. Bleach would be overrated compared to One Piece and Naruto. But when you take all three into consideration for that time, I mean, they were popular for a reason. I have yet to see the new Yu Yu Hakusho OVAs. I still need to get on that. Oh, I see what you're saying. You know, you know what, ZJ Gamer, even in regards to going back to the dubbing thing, I think it depends on the production. Um, because some companies might want to give their English speaking audiences the same experience they might have if they were to watch that series in its original Japanese form. Some companies want to they want to have that they want to have that authenticity. Consider this. You want to talk about dubbing companies who change so much of that original series that they make it its own production? You remember the 4 Kids dub of One Piece? Yeah. So yeah, man. I do not believe I have heard of that. Oh, snap. We almost caught up to the Oh my god, we almost caught up to the end of the question. Holy crud. Oh, I love this song. Five Finger Death Punch's cover of So Far Away. Oh no, I'm sorry, not So Far Away. Gone Away. That's the name of it. Gone Away. Which one do you think is more important to story, character, plot, to story, character, plot, or world slash setting? Character. If you have good enough characters, the plot doesn't really matter now, does it? Um, yeah. Do you like Darkseid and Thanos as villains? Yeah, sure, I do. I like Darkseid more than Thanos, but yeah, I like him as villains. Did Legend of Korra ruin the legacy of the Last Airbender for you? No, because I still have the Last Airbender. Larry, what concepts would you like to see explored in future shonen anime? Naruto, ninjas, One Piece Fires. You get the idea. Also, I have a idea for a series. Would you like to hear? Um, so here's the funny thing about that question though. Naruto has nothing to do with ninjas, and One Piece has nothing to do with pirates. Because they're not really ninjas and they're not really pirates. Um, I would like to see because somebody brought it up before. I'd like to see a Viking anime, like a good one. You know what I'm saying? Because does Vinland Saga have an anime or is it just a manga series? I'd like to see a anime about Vikings. Me personally. Yeah, I'd like to see an anime on Norse mythology. I'd like to see that. Hmm. Goku MGTOW, are you a DBZ fan? This guy must be new here. You must be new. Yeah, Jay the Light Seeker. Yeah. Oh man. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Let's see. Patterson Pop. Do you still buy physical media? Yeah, I do. I do. I still buy Blu-rays and physical comics. Yep. Oh, Vinland Saga is getting an anime. Okay, cool. I'll check that out then. What do you think of Oprah deleting all the things pertaining to Leaving Neverland, Michael Jackson documentary off her social media? Good, she should. Shouldn't have been up there in the first place. What about an anime incorporating multiple mythologies and pantheons? You can make anything work. You just got to make it work. I've seen Parasite a couple of episodes. I I could never figure out what it was about. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I saw a few episodes of Parasite, and yeah, I didn't watch them in order. They were kind of all over. I could never figure out what was going on. Could never figure that out. Would you ever consider screenwriting or becoming a showrunner if offered the opportunity? Well, no one offers you the opportunity to do that. You have to earn it. But yeah, sure, I'd love to do that. Well, who knows? 10, 15 years from now, we'll see. Favorite Superman comic arc? Mine is All Star Superman. Um, well, my favorite Superman story is For the Man Who Has Everything. But that's a standalone story. Favorite arc might be favorite arc. Favorite. I'd have to think about that. It's definitely. It's probably one of the ones with Brainiac. Definitely. Hmm. Actually, you know what? No, my favorite arc, it would probably be the Man of Steel run from the 80s. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it would have to be. Cause essentially that's the one that essentially sort of like reboots and streamlines the Superman mythology. And it's still considered by many the standard, the present day Superman origin story. So yeah, that probably would. Oh, and of course that's the run that turned Lex Luthor into the evil industrialist billionaire. So yeah, yeah. That's that's John Byrne, right? Yeah, yeah. John Byrne's Man of Steel. Yeah, that run. That would be my favorite story arc. Yeah. Do you prefer longer series slash stories or shorter and more compact story? Uh, do you prefer longer series slash stories or shorter, more compact series slash? It would depend. It would depend on what. It would depend on the material. Some stories are just better suited to be shorter. Some of them actually uh some of them actually do better as longer story. It really would depend on what we're talking about. Hmm. Okay. What Western fantasy fictional book? What Western fantasy fictional book would you had an anime adaptation? I want to see Ursula K. Le Guin's Earthsea cycle tackled again because that Guido Sinki film, the Tales from Earthsea film, didn't do it justice. Have you ever watched Mad Men, Sopranos, or Stranger Things? I have. I never finished Mad Men and I never finished Stranger Things. I've seen all of the Sopranos. I want to know how. Let me see. As an inspiring writer in my own right, and want to know how I keep my ideas to myself, meaning ensuring that others don't have those same ideas, would having dates written down be enough? Um, don't worry about that. Just make your work. You can't copyright a concept. You can only copyright the work itself. So don't even worry about whether or not someone else has the same idea as you. Don't even worry about that. Just do the work. What are your thoughts on Amber Miller writing Flash Move script? Yeah, that's not happening. Moderns. John Byrne Superman run modern DC. Does that mean greater than modern DC Superman crap? Your views on oh man, that's a good question. My views on Allison Mack. Does it make watching her character on Smallville hard to watch? Not hard to watch, just there's still a bit of disbelief. Um there is a little bit of disbelief, but you know what? I remember when that whole story came out. And I remember watching Michael Rosenbaum's what is it called? Inside You, I think. Um I think that's the name of his web series. But he was doing an episode of that when someone asked him about the Allison Mack thing, and Michael Rosenbaum's uh his thoughts on the whole thing were kind of like my own. You know, his whole thing was he was like, well, no one really knew about that. Well, okay, he said that he didn't know about it because he didn't really hang out with Allison like that. He said the only person he really hung out with when they were doing Smallville was Tom, and that's because him and Tom Welling were the same age. He was like, Allison and Kristen Kirk were much younger than them. So you had Allison and Kristen Kirk, who were much younger, and then the older cast members like Glover and Schneider and Annette O'Toole is like they're so much older. It's like Tom was the only one in his age demographic, so that's who he hung out with most of the time. He didn't really hang out with Allison like that, and so my thing. But he said he was like he would have never even thought that she was involved in something like that. And that's kind of my take on it too. Is like I wouldn't have ever even thought, you know. This is gonna sound real messed up for me to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyhow. I kind of would have expected that from a more famous celebrity. Now I know that doesn't really matter, but that just seems like something that you would hear about from a you know a bigger name celebrity. Who is your favorite writer, and what advice would you give to someone wanting to start writing? My favorite author is Ursula K. Le Guin. God bless her soul. Um, and what advice I would give somebody wanting to start writing? Start writing. That's the best advice I can give you. If you want to start writing, start writing. Uh, I read A Wizard of Earthsea off of your recommendation. Good story. Yes, it is a good story. It's a great story. I would recommend you read the rest of them because there are 5 other books. Larry, did you ever watch Lost? A few episodes. I was confused as hell with the ending. I have not read the Game of Thrones books. I'm curious as to whether you've noticed a growing interest in pushing of effeminate black males across the media. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I've noticed that. Kind of hard not to notice. Do you think Bruce Timm should head the DC films? No, I do not. You know about John Kent, Superman, and Lois's son? Yeah, Jonathan. Yeah. John. A lot of people don't know this. Jonathan was a character before the New 52. What are your thoughts on the white outcry at Jordan Peele for saying he doesn't see himself casting a white lead? So, and tomorrow's Sunday. World keeps on spinning. Let's see. Favorite Superman and Batman and Spider-Man villain. Oh, okay. Favorite Superman, Batman, and Spider-Man villain. Favorite Superman villain would be. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Favorite Superman villain. No, it's Darkseid. It's Darkseid. It has to be Darkseid. And technically, he's not even a Superman villain, but he gets lumped into the Superman rogues gallery. So if we're talking about traditional Superman villains, then it's Lex Luthor. If we're talking about like current Superman villains, it's Darkseid. Favorite Batman villain? Well, that's Joker. Second favorite would be Scarecrow, though. And then favorite Spider-Man villain would be favorite Spider-Man villain. Whew, that's a good one. Favorite Spider-Man villain. Man, that's a good one. Man, I gotta think about that. Nah, let me see. Hmm. Dang, I gotta think about that. I gotta think about that one. Favorite Spider-Man villain. I have got to think about that one. Finally stumped me. You finally did it. Finally, a question that stumped me because I don't think I could accurately say which one is my favorite. Yeah, I mean, I like Venom as much as the next guy, but I don't know if I could say that Venom is my favorite, though he has been involved in some of my favorite. Oh, I'm tripping. Mysterio. Mysterio is my favorite Spider-Man villain. Yep, Mysterio. Hmm. I've seen some of that Battlestar Galactica. It's pretty good. I don't know what Aaron Rodgers' criticisms are, so uh hey Larry, do you listen to any Jordan Peterson lectures? I do not. I do not. Favorite Batman villain? What story arc from Green Lantern do you think would make for a good movie in the DCEU? Dude, I've always said that if you want to make a good Green Lantern, like a first movie, not necessarily. I mean, yes, if you want to do the origin, but an introduction, dude, just go look at the DC animated film. Go look at the DC animated film First Flight. That is the quintessential Hal Jordan origin story. Or if you want to do something a little bit more contemporary, look at fucking uh New Frontier. New Frontier did a great job with Hal Jordan's origin story. Both of those, dude. DC animated already did it, and it don't take much of anything to Just adapt that live stream. I mean, just adapted live action. Yep, seen Brotherhood. I like heroes traditionally. I am not looking forward to that Watchmen series. No, I don't want nothing to do with that. I do not watch Joe Rogan. And with that, we are caught up. So it is 10:30 on the dot. We've just caught up to all of the, wow, we finally caught up to all of the chats. I believe that's all of them. I don't think I missed any. I believe that's all of them. Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. Yep. All right. Well, with that being said, funny enough, this live stream didn't go the way I thought it would. But you know what? Even with all the technical issues I had before coming in here, and then even with being on here sick and whatnot, I think this was still a pretty good live stream. I kind of I like this one, and we're about at the 2 hour mark anyway. So yeah, I think this will be as good a time as any to go ahead and wrap it up. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, I'm not really big on doing a bunch of announcements, just because I would much rather have the material out and ready for you all before I do decide to make any type of official announcements. But I'm telling y'all now, okay? I'm telling you now, you will be informed via the OAW Facebook page well before you are informed on YouTube. And guess what? Guess what? I simultaneously update the OAW Facebook page and the OAW Twitter. So if Twitter is your handle, let's say you don't use Facebook that much, maybe Twitter is your handle. If Twitter is your handle, follow me on Twitter. If you're a Facebook buff, like us on Facebook. The link to both is in that description box. Y'all want announcements on stuff? Y'all gonna have to start coming to social media, because I ain't clicking on that community tab on YouTube. Nope, we're not doing it no more. I'm tired of placating y'all. I'm tired of the nonsense. I'm just playing, but for real. You want to get the most up-to-date info on OAW Entertainment? Got to get on that Facebook page. Got to get on that Twitter page. Got to go ahead. Got to follow. Got to like. Got to do it. Got to do it. Got to do it right now. Got to do it right now. You got to do that right now. See, because y'all still watching. 49 of y'all still watching, and y'all not clicking them links to get to them pages. Guess what? Facebook has been open this entire live stream. I know who clicked them links and went to that page and liked that page because I get the updates. And it's only like 4 of y'all. 49 people watching, only 4 of y'all went to go like them pages. That's a damn shame. Y'all should be ashamed of y'all. Shame. 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 All right. But anywho, so yeah, see, ZJ Gamer, you're more of a Twitter guy? Follow me on Twitter, big dog. Simultaneously, when I post something on Facebook, it automatically updates on Twitter. Also, whenever anything gets released on on YouTube, it automatically updates on Twitter. So if Twitter is your handle, follow me on Twitter, man. Let's do this. All right. So yeah. So in terms of what's coming, down the pipe for the channel, stay tuned. Just stay tuned. As I mentioned before, I am working on a slate of videos for the rest of the month. I'm also working on getting the OAW Patreon up and running. Once those are good to go, you all will be notified. So just keep an eye out. Like I said, if you follow the Facebook page, if you follow the Twitter page, you'll be well informed. All right. And with that being said, this has been Larry Williams of OAW Entertainment. I'm signing off, and until next time, peace.